In this video I'm going to be testing this product, Dylon Intense Black, and basically we're going to be trying to renew all of these black clothing items and see whether this is worth the £5.49 I paid to make these clothes look new again. Stay tuned to the end because there are some things that we would learn during this process, and it may affect your decision on whether or not you would want to be carrying out this process yourself. So these are about a year old and these are about 3 or 4 years old, and you can see there is a difference, but I'm sure both of these can go blacker. The newest item I think would be this, and then these t-shirts, quite tired looking now, aren't they, in terms of colour, but in terms of wear they're still perfectly fine. And this item here has got a kind of brown colour, so hoping it will bring the black back to them. So just as a note, the instructions on this are incredibly small, so if your eyesight is poor you may struggle to read these, but it is a very simple process of just basically popping this in the machine with the clothes. They do need to be wet first, so I'm just going to put the clothes in and put them on a rinse cycle before we actually pop this in. Apart from one item of clothing, all of these clothes have come out of the cupboard, so they'd already been pre-washed. It does tell you on there to pre-wash them. I'm guessing if you have large stains on the clothes before you put them in, it might affect how the dye can sink into the fabric. But yeah, apart from one, which is actually a very tatty piece of clothing anyway, I just really wanted to see whether I could get it black, and it's probably going to be used for hiking, so whether the colour match is perfect is not going to matter that much. So it's just full of powder. Right, so that's the wash finished. Everything's all reasonably wet in there. Has done the rinse cycle. Simply says to just put this into the washing machine. So I've gone for a mixed cycle. Says it has to be on 40 degrees. So the wash is completed, and I have just come to the sudden realisation that I may have just ruined all of my black clothes, but it's done now. So next bit is to remove the container, and then you've got to give it another wash with traditional detergent. You can see all the black dye coming out in there. Right, so that cycle has finished. And first thing we note is still quite a lot of dye left in there. You do have to give it another cycle afterwards with nothing else in. So yeah, I'm going to get that out and get that dry, and then we'll see how that looks compared to how it started, and I'll put another cycle through this just to clean out any residue of black. So I've done the clean cycle on it, but just be aware that down in here, all the way up there as well, black dye. It's all going to need cleaning out before we do another non-black cycle. So I've run through that cycle, just going to see how dirty that is. Just looks like wet towel, so yeah, so there's no blackness in there. The water is all clear, so yeah, it looks like it's all cleaned out. So that's all the clothes dried, and if I'm honest, I'm a little bit disappointed. So the colour looked like it was very strong, and I think on items like this jumper it's taken really well, but these jeans, these are the more bleached ones. You can still see white points here. I don't think these have got any darker, to be brutally honest. Same with the t-shirts. This is a slightly newer t-shirt here, and this one here still seems quite bleached. This hoodie, again we've still got some discoloration around there, not much on the t-shirt. Possibly the jumper has got better. If you have enjoyed this video and learnt something from this, then please hit the like and subscribe button.